Another day, another grind. We are here on the road to Talabheim, and it is Bretonnia, led by Talon the Claw, 1999, against Warriors of Chaos, led by Gaz the Leverer, or something like that. Yeah, domination map here, and yeah, let's get into it and see who took the W. So when we look at the Bretonians here, we have King Lewin and then a broad chef situation here. We have the Grail Relic for sure, and a couple of peasant bowmen, and yep, Grey Guardians and Spear men at arms. And on the other side, what do we have? We have a flank here. Vanguard Marauder Horsemen taking the point immediately. Chaos Warriors with halberds. We have Archeon for sure. And then a couple of strong Forsaken. And yeah, let's get into it. So, as we saw immediately, point number 3 is taken by the Marauder Horsemen. We have the Grey Guardians now moving in. A little bit of sneaky spearmen here in the woods, moving also to the point. And what is King Lewin doing here? Is he maybe just juking around, or what is he doing? Yeah, he gets couple of flying axes immediately, or throwing axes into his face and chest, and is moving off for sure. Point number 1 now taken by the Grail Guardians, but they will get engaged by Forsaken here, and Archeon is on his steed, moving in. Pretty nice steed, to be honest. Fits the scheme for sure, riding into the sunset or sunrise. It looks more like sunset. What do we have here? So now Marauder Horsemen are not very effective here. You pull them off, they will shoot into the spearmen. They're probably effective enough for poking, that's for sure. And now we have Archeon and King Lewin. I would say that Archeon wins the hand-to-hand combat, but the Grail Knights here, Grey Guardians, sorry, moving in and trying to envelop here Archeon. Immediately moving away because the halberd warriors are moving in, and that's also the point where King Lewin is moving off as well. Oh, we have the first summon here. The Soul of Domination will really crunch down all of those units, and we have a cost here. Nice. I think, is it a Hail of Storms or something like that? What is it called? Let me check once again. It is Searing Doom, yeah. But it seems like a Hail of Storms here. Peasant Bowmen still shooting into the Marauder Horsemen, but the problem here is, on the one side, the Soul of Domination, but on the other side, really good answer here by the Royal Pegasus Knights, and another counter. The Chaos Warriors with halberds summoned in. Really good reaction here by the Warriors of Chaos, plus the Marauder Horsemen here. I guess that this unit will be blundered pretty quickly, the Royal Pegasus Knights. On the front line here, Forsaken losing to the Grail Guardians here for sure. They get poked, and Spearmen also doing their best, plus King Lewin. But point number 2 is in the clutches of the Warriors of Chaos here. So I think this is a little bit of a waste of attrition. Yeah, you could use them somewhere else, or maybe move them somewhere else and then put the whole army onto this point. But yeah, usually you know it better at that time. So now Royal Pegasus Knights, they're still trying to get, you can see a really nice pathing here by the by King Lewin, yeah, player, Bretonnia player here. And but still good response by the player once again, having the Chaos Warriors here, and as well as Chaos Trolls. But to be honest, yes, the cannon is shooting, but he also keeps them very busy. Like, those other units can't really move into, they were a little bit distracted, right? So now the Soul of Damnation still shooting into the Grail Guardians, and oh, Archeon here poked down really heavy. That is interesting for sure. Even those Forsaken can't do well here. And a nice charge by the Royal Pegasus Knights. And Archeon is in danger. Why don't you just move all those units over here, try to get King Lewin, and I think then the game is basically over. We have still Marauder Horsemen here online shooting, but they will get attacked by the Knights of the Realm, and another Knights of the Realm unit here trying to hunt down the Marauder Horsemen, so I guess they will take care of this. And what do we have? So Bretonnia has both points on the outsides, right? Spearmen holding them, and this map is pretty close, so that's a very, very nice Cathay map. So you just need to move like a stone throw away, kind of. So now King Lewin is trying once again to go for the Soul of Damnation, but nice response here. It's a pretty sweaty game in my opinion. I don't see that often when I play against or cast those players from our community here. So there's a lot to learn for sure. We have a Damsel of Life coming in, healing up the Grail Guardians pretty nicely, so there is value for sure. But to be honest, Bretonnia is losing on value here, slowly but surely. Yes, they can heal up a lot, but Warriors of Chaos are pretty much ahead here for sure. And that shows also on the battlefield. There are a lot of halberd units here still online, pretty unscathed. The Soul of Damnation does a huge job working on all those units here. And yep, Chaos Trolls, they may be, yeah, they're kind of good in this matchup here. They are armored, armor piercing, and they have regeneration. Yeah, of course they will run off, but other than that, they will come back and they will be strong for sure. Which witchcraft is here? Couple of hands here grabbing for the warriors, but other than that, on the other side we have a spirit leech here, and yep, that's it. Warriors of Chaos trying to get point number 3, and I guess when they get that, it is pretty looking very, very bad for Bretonnia. They have the mobility advantage here for sure, so they can switch between points, they can always charge, but all those units are cavalry, but they're not like cavalry that you really can use in a prolonged fight, so you basically want to use them as a charge option for sure, even though this is just cavalry questing knights. We have a couple of peasant bowmen here, and what about the Soul of Damnation? Still 20 shots available, so this is really, really value city here, and you can't, this is great work here from the Warriors of Chaos player. He has the Chaos Warriors with halberds here protecting the Soul of Damnation, and yeah, that is practically and basically what gives him the edge here, the big edge. Now rotting knights are summoned in, the beasts in sheep's clothing. Everyone is talking about them recently, that they are very, very good boys. Yeah, they can regenerate. You have to use them a little bit, not like pretty much into immediate fighting, more like charges here for sure, but they can come back, and that's great for sure. We have Knights of the Realm here. What is summoned in? Holy Wardens of La Maison Tal, and I don't know if that's the right call here, but that's probably the only thing you really have. And Old Bretonnia is once again going for point number 2 and point number 3, and that looks pretty nice for them for sure. Still though, when you look at the Soul of Damnation, really nice thing, unsummon that thingy and then get something else, because it did his job, it did his value for sure. So pretty nice usage here. I guess that the Damsel of Life here is doing a great job, because Talon the Claw is crawling back here with his claws, and basically, oh, now we have it. Hellstriders of Slaanesh, they are not perfect against those units, but they're enough. Yeah, they're enough to get the point probably, or to threaten here those spearmen and maybe rout them. What is going on here? So we have another, yep, they're charging here, and those poor spearmen, they know that their last hour is calling for them, right? Yep. Here they are. They don't have any chance against those really, really vile warriors. And this is what we see. Yes, they are broken and running off, and the point will be taken by the Warriors of Chaos. And I would assume, yes, there are a couple of interesting callouts here. Forsaken for sure. And on the other side, we have still Marauder Horsemen once again coming in new, fresh, with axes. The good part is King Lewin is still online, and I don't see Archeon here anywhere. So it means the leadership debuff is basically there, and still no crumbling, nothing really amazing threatens the warriors here. But Bretonnia tries their best, to be honest. They are trying their best, and they're now going for point number 3 once again. So what's it gonna be? We have now a build-up. I didn't notice that. So the Bretonnia player did really build up a lot of resources, and now comes with 4 chaff units here for the point, and trying to capture weight this one for victory. And it probably can really work out. Warriors of Chaos really losing a little bit of momentum here. Yes, they have a couple of interesting units on the field, but nothing really that threatens the capture weight here. Wow. Bretonnia really doing a great job, yes. And this is also pretty nice here. Really good stuff by the Bretonnian player. Standing here a little bit in those, in those woods here a little bit. It is, it hurts those units here in the front, but it also protects the other units a little bit for sure. Oh, we have the Rotting Riders once again, but they're beaten up. I don't know why. What happened to those units? Probably taken down by a couple of those knights that are swarming around here. And yes, nice unsummoning from questing knights once again, getting a little bit of supply so you can pull in more and more units. But yeah, it's still for the Warriors of Chaos are leading, and it's about maybe 3 minutes, around 3 minutes, a little bit more, 3.5 minutes here for Warriors of Chaos to win. But point is flipping here. Point is flipping. So the Forsaken came here and trying to flip that point. But I don't think they will succeed. There is a lot of units here for Bretonnia. They're holding this point for sure. Pretty nice build-up. I'm still amazed here. Marauder Horsemen doing their best to focus down all those units that are beaten up. Maybe it helps, maybe it doesn't. But Bretonnia is now flipping. They flip from point number 3 to point number 2, and then gather everything here and go for point number 1. Pretty interesting stuff, but the time is really not on their side. Yeah, we have the Damsel of Life. Maybe the Damsel could give in one more heal onto a unit that they really need. But now Bretonnia has to move. There is not a lot of time. And Warriors of Chaos trying to, I guess, pressure all those points here. So point number 2 will be pressured by the Forsaken. And the question is now, is it the right move? You want to go here and try to protect point number 1, or you pressure point number 2 and try to get it back? I'm not sure, but the time is on the time is of the essence, as the English speaking people say, right? And now it is flipping. It is flipping. Oh my god. Is it happening? Is it happening that Warriors of Chaos, which were leading by a lot of points, are now without any points left? I think, guys, I think the thing is done here. Let's fast forward a little bit, because there are maybe like 2 or 3 other engages, but everything is running off. Strider's running off. Marauder Horsemen trying to yeah, maybe take away a couple of those units from the point so you can do something else. But yeah, game is done, and let's get into the value here. So Archeon, nice value here for sure, but he is a raid boss. We know that, so this is what you expect from him. Other than that, what do we have here? We have the halberds. They were kind of, yeah, kind of good against all those riders, but they didn't perform as good as I thought damage-wise. Marauder Horsemen, pretty nice, because Bretonnia didn't have anything to counter that. But on the other side, Grail Guardians, right? Really good stuff. I didn't see a lot from the Grail Relique, but King Lewin also pretty nice value. And when we look at the value of the reinforcements, well, probably the riders. Yes, so you can see all those knights here for Bretonnia did a great job. And here for sure we know that the Soul of Domination. Rotting Knights kind of disappointing here. Also the Trolls for sure. But yeah, in general, very, very nice match. Really close, and I basically enjoyed it pretty much. But for now, I'm gonna fetch myself a green tea.